Welcome to the real F word.
The individual who won the batting average in the MLB this year, I'm not a big baseball fan, which is weird because this is the stat that I use, but like on my totem pole of sports, baseball's at the bottom. 3.32. So 33.2% of the time that he steps up to the plate, he is quote unquote successful. Yet he is the absolute best in baseball. So when I think about failure and quitting is like, you know, I'm just going to stop trying at anything.
I'm not going to step up to the plate again.
Yeah, I'm not going to step up to the plate again. Yeah.
Because I'm exhausted because I'm 7 out of 10 times I can't hit the ball.
Yeah. Failing is I stepped up and I swung, or even sometimes you don't swing and you strike out. That's okay. It's the whole analogy of like, yeah, you fall over, but you get back up. And getting up doesn't mean going to the same thing. And for me, the fear of failure was more about what happens after the failure than the failure itself. It wasn't, I feared shutting it down.
Yeah.
But I feared more waking up the next morning, not building Zipper. Having 2 months before I'm paying.
The decision to shut it down was not the thing that scared you the most. It was like,
it was scary. Shutting it down was scary. But it's a small event in a longer journey of like, okay, yeah, we shut it down, but what's going to happen to my team?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's going to happen to me? Like, what am I going to do next? I feel lost shutting this down because part of me, like I have this hole in my heart. Like Zipper was a huge part of me. People are like, who's Jake? I'm like, I'm the co-founder and CEO of Zipper. That's who I am. August 19th, I woke up and I'm now a failed founder with no money in the bank and this deep feeling of I'm worthless because everything I was, if you look at the other definition, you know, a lack of success. And it was like, you know, I wake up every day and put on sweats and like, meh, you know, it was hard. It still is hard. But being able to forget and say, you know, failure is the experiment didn't work and I'm pivoting.
Yeah.
Whereas quitting is, I just give up. I'm not going to give up
anymore.
I'm going to pivot. And, you know, I'm still figuring out what's next. Mm-hmm. I'm in the pivot. It's still very fresh, but I'm in a much better headspace.
I often think about the word resilience, and I think on perseverance. And I think these are characteristics that we look for in great entrepreneurs. And we're like, they never give up, right? We hear this. And I think we're too narrow in how we define that. And we're like, they never give up on whatever investment or whatever, you know, venture they're involved in, right? And I've found myself actually creating a larger financial and business failure because I wasn't going to give up and I wasn't going to quit. And it was myopic because the reality is we can actually minimize the magnitude of the failure if we make the decision earlier.
Mm-hmm. I'm grateful that we were forced to stop because it made me change the way that I think about this. Resilience is not, it's not myopic, right? You talk about it being broader. For me, it was, I'm going to mourn this, but I'm going to be really introspective and I'm going to learn and grow from it. And I'm going to continue to try. Like one of the things that I did was I put out a LinkedIn post.
Yeah. I want you to read it if you're willing.
Okay. Yeah. So many good things in my life have come from not giving up and digging deeper when everything and everyone else said that it was okay to give up. Part of what made this decision so difficult was the wrestle with whether or not shutting down the company was giving up. TLDR, our decision to shut down Zipper is not giving up. Starting a company and being a founder is hard. The highs are higher and the lows are lower. We had a few highs and our fair share of lows over the past 16 months. Everyone asks how it is going, and at times that question is really hard to answer out loud. Most people think company building is hard, but they quickly replace those thoughts by idolizing those who are successful in terms of big fundraising announcements and exits. There are fewer people who, while respecting and admiring those who beat the odds, see it for what it actually is. The blood, sweat, and tears of giving it your all every day to solve a problem that you deeply care about. Most of the time, that process isn't glamorous. And that is why I love company building. The best things in life are on the other side of hard. It didn't turn out as we had hoped, but we will keep grinding in other ways to solve the problems in this world that need to be solved. We are not done putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to make a difference. We will just be making that difference in other ways. I'm so grateful for those who gave their money, time, advice, and more to Zipper over the past 16 months. So what is the next thing? Not sure yet, but I'm working on figuring that out as we speak. My goal is and always will be making a dent in the world. Onward and upward.
Love it. Thank you, Jake.